What is going on, Life Fitness Coaches? Welcome to another episode of the Change Lives, Make Money on the Trainer podcast. It's your boy, Brian Mark. And in today's episode, we're going to be talking about turning adversity into opportunity. Now, every single major spike in my life that has ever come has been on the other side of a fucking massive adversity. And so I'm going to tell you guys three separate stories, and then I'm going to talk about how you can apply this to your own life in the big things and also the little things, so that when you walk away from this episode, you'll know how to turn your struggle into something that's actually beautiful. So this all starts back when I was an addict, right? Like rock bottom, addicted to drugs, living in my grandma's trailer. And in those moments where, I was at my literal lowest, I had to make a decision, right? And the decision was I can either continue on like this and continue being this person and continue struggling for money and continue working minimum wage jobs for tips and like basically putting my dreams on the back burner, or I could say enough is a fuck enough. I'm going to be the person that comes out of this and absolutely transforms my life for the better. And so the adversity that I was experiencing was this like addiction, was like losing my friends. I was like losing my trust in self. It was like losing a lot of like car repossessed, kicked out of my house. That was the adversity. And in the midst of adversity, this is where you need to make a decision. Are you going to crumble underneath the adversity that you are experiencing, or are you going to become a champion of that adversity and then step up and hit the next level in your life because that adversity is there? All right. So it started out when I was an addict, and I flipped my life from going to, from a drug addict all the way to getting sober, getting clean, getting healthy, and getting on top of my shit. So that was the first adversity that I turned into an opportunity. I'm actually going to add another one here because I think that there's a lot of people that might need to hear this one specifically. A major breakup. Like back in 2000, I believe it was 2016, I went through a major breakup. I broke up with somebody that I thought I was going to be spending the rest of my life with. And in the midst of that heartbreak, I was on a trip to Australia. I was in Australia and I literally had to make a decision. Do I want to fly home basically like a bitch by myself without seeing the girl that I came here to see? Or do I want to take this opportunity to travel to Bali for the first time and basically like see what life would look like if I was a full-time online coach? And so I made the decision to travel to Bali. And just like that, I took a major heartbreak, something that was supposed to crumble me, and it ended up taking me on a trip to Bali. And on that trip to Bali, I ended up becoming a full-time online coach. Then we had the pandemic, right? And when the pandemic happened and the world got shut down, like I had an online business at the time, and like that was probably the biggest adversity that I think we've all collectively gone through together as a whole. We were locked in our homes. We were told to shut our doors. We were told not to socialize. We were told not to go out. And in that moment, literally, it's so funny because if you guys could see my Stripe graph, like my online coaching business was doing like 10K to 20K to 30K a month. And that was April 2020. And that was the month after the pandemic. Then you see my Stripe graph jump from 30K to 70K. Then the month after that, you see my Stripe graph jump from 70K to 110K. Then the month after that, it jumped from 110 to 130K. And that, the quote unquote, the thing that was supposed to shut the world down, ended up being the very thing that catapulted and skyrocketed my online coaching business. Now, that didn't happen by accident, right? It's not like I just sat there while the world was shut down and I was like, oh my God, this is blah, blah, blah. This is so horrible. As soon as the adversity struck, I was just as shocked as you guys were in terms of like, holy crap, can't go outside, can't do this, can't do that. A whole world shut down. But I also saw it as the biggest opportunity that we've ever experienced in our entire lives. And that opportunity was very simple. It was the fact that everybody was at home on their phones and I could help these people build an online business. And so I pivoted my entire business model in literally 30 days. And we went from a $30,000 a month company to a $100,000 a month company really fucking fast. And that was taking a major adversity that I was experiencing in my life and turning it into the biggest opportunity. Guys, I've done this with literally fucking everything. It's at the end of COVID or at the end of the pandemic. I don't want to say the word COVID on my Instagram because I'll probably get shut down. At the end of it, there was a gym that was in my city that was for sale. And so I made the decision that I wanted to buy it because it was basically half price. And we ended up taking over the gym. Now, throughout my journey of the gym, you guys, I've had so many adversities come my way that I was able to champion and turn into opportunities. Like when the government shut our doors, basically locked us out of our gym and told us that we needed to go home and like be with our families, and we just refused to shut down. That was a major adversity, but that adversity ended up cementing the gym as a hotspot in Kelowna. And then on the other side of that adversity, when we opened, our community has never been more diehard. And same thing, like even a few months ago when we got illegally locked out of our gym and like our doors got shut down, we had to make a decision. Like, do we want to have this be the end of our gym, or do we want to take this opportunity to build the best gym in Canada and keep moving forward? So we took the opportunity to build the best gym in Canada and we kept moving forward. What I'm saying to you is that everything that you are going through in your life right now, all of the hard shit that you're experiencing right now, is the very thing that's setting you up for the biggest opportunity of your entire life. The problem with 99% of people is that 99% of people, when they experience any sort of adversity, they cave, they back down, and they give in. And like, you just have to be the person that makes the decision that you are literally never, ever, ever going to quit. You have to be the person that makes the decision that no matter how hard it is, no matter how time consuming it is, no matter how stressful it can get, no matter what is going on in your life, you have to make the decision that you will never, ever, ever bend. You will never, ever, ever quit. And no matter what comes your way, you will stand up and you will be a champion. And that is how you turn adversity into opportunity. And it doesn't matter what you're going through, right? You could be going through a major injury that's like really taking you out and you're just sitting on your couch doing fucking nothing. What if you took that time that you're doing fucking nothing to study the craft that you've been putting off and become absolutely elite at that thing? What if the major adversity that you're experiencing in your life is there's somebody in your family that's really sick? What if you took the time that your family's really sick to build a better relationship with that person, to create a deeper connection with that person, and to turn it into an opportunity to like really get to know them on a soul level? Like, what if you get fired from your job? What if when you got fired from your job, you spent all of your time and energy learning, studying, becoming better at the one thing that you said that you wanted to do? And then in 3 months' time from now, you were now full-time in that job that you said that you fucking wanted. What if none of your content's hitting? What if none of your content's hitting? And because none of your content's hitting, you decided that you were going to fucking double down. You were going to study. You were going to become a master of your craft. You were literally going to do whatever it took to become the best possible content creator so you could blow up on social media. What if nobody's reaching out to you? What if nobody's reaching out to you so you make the decision that you're finally going to invest in a business coach that can help you hit the next fucking level because you're sick of struggling, you're sick of not being able to pay your bills, and you're sick of not feeling like you're good enough? Like, no matter what adversity you're experiencing, if you look at yourself in the mirror and you hate the person looking back at you, what if you took that person that you don't like looking back at you and use that as motivation to fully commit to your fitness goals, and you went all fucking in and you got into the best shape of your life? That's called turning adversity into opportunity. And that's in the big things in life, but it's also in the small things in life, you guys. Like, when something small happens to me on a day-to-day basis where it's like actually like it's quote unquote disguised as adversity, I just turn it into an opportunity. You know, if somebody cancels my coaching program early and they give me feedback, I take that as an opportunity for me to improve my service, improve my program, improve my delivery. If somebody has a complaint about how I'm running things, I take that as an opportunity for me to show them what kind of owner I am, show them what kind of person I am, and really show them my heart and how much I care. Like, it does not matter what you are going through right now in your life. You can take that struggle. You can take that hardship. You can take that hurt. You can take that pain and you can flip it to your advantage. And here's the last thing I'm going to say for all of you guys that are like really struggling and like this message is landing, but you're not quite sure how to turn it around. This is what I want to say to you. The depth of your struggle will be the height of your success. Those of us that have been through the most amount of pain are the people that are called to serve at the highest possible level. And the lower that your lows have been, the higher that your highs are going to be. And so if you're really mentally struggling right now, you're going through a hard time, shit's just not working, nothing's hitting, you feel like you're not growing, understand that all of that pain that you're experiencing is preparing you for a level that you couldn't even imagine. But the only way that you will ever get to that level and step into your power and become the person that you were meant to become is by absolutely 100% wholeheartedly committing to never, ever, ever quitting, never, ever, ever giving up, and always asking yourself, how can I turn this adversity into an opportunity? Write that down. How can I turn this adversity into an opportunity? Hopefully this podcast helps someone. Hopefully this podcast reaches you at the right time. If you're going through a hard time right now, I just want you to keep fucking going. I want you to change your perspective of the adversity that you're going through, because if you wanted to create a strong child or a strong person, you wouldn't put that strong person through a comfortable life, because a comfortable life does not develop strength. What develops strength is uncomfortable. What develops strength is when you are put through adversity, put to the test, and then you emerge on the other side as a champion. That is the type of man that I want to be. That is the type of person I want to be. And that is how I want to show up in the world. That is it. That is all. I hope you guys have the best day of your entire life. And I'll talk to you guys in the next episode. Peace.
Thank you so much for tuning into today's episode. Hopefully you got some value. If you did, and you want to learn more about how me and my team can help you scale your online fitness business to $10,000 a month, DM me 10K on Instagram at TheRealBrianMark for more information, and I'll reach out to you to see if I can help you grow an online coaching business.